Oh man, look at all this rain. I don't feel like going outside. It's one of those days where you just raining, raining and raining. All right, let's get into it. Be sure to check out my latest video, Bill and Fred's Bogus Journey, where I take you behind the scenes and I show you some cool comics that I picked up, man. Really love that video. So I know you will too. Be safe out there. Peace. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today, we're going to be going over a comic book haul. You know how we do on this channel. And, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into our sponsor. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by My Fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. What to do? Walla la zebu. Look how long this receipt is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. You mean to tell me all this can fit into one video? Just look how long this receipt is. It's just so long, it's just ridiculous. Just look, just look. But I'm going to attempt to go ahead and put as many comics as I can in this one video. But I just wanted to let you guys know, man, I just went crazy. There's a survey that Second and Charles wants me to take. Hey, my name is Allison and Kathleen. And they want me to rate them very good and all this other kind of stuff, which is cool because I actually get 5 off of 25. 5 off of 25 when I do it. All right, without further ado, let's get into this haul that I got, okay? You guys ready? All right, let's go. All right, so let's look at some X-Men. So we got X-Men 158, where if you really notice is Rogue's face. If you allow my sexy fingers, move out of the way, Darth Maul from China. Well, all my lighting is jacked up today because it's raining outside. But you got Polaris, you have Juggernaut, you have Havoc, and Iceman, you have Gambit, and you have Wolverine. And the reason why I skipped around Rogue is because if you look at her face, they drew Rogue to look just like the character from the movie, The X-Men. She looks just like that girl. I forget her name. I don't know her name, but I know she was in True Blood. But if you look at the way Rogue's face looks, it looks just like her. So that's X-Men 158. And then I do this sometimes with my comics so I don't bend them. You have 159. And these are all second copies. I just like this run. Definitely love the artist. I don't know who it is, but that's what? 159. We have 160 with Havoc and X-Horn. Very cool cover. And we have a beautiful copy of 161. I definitely always love this copy. I love this copy so much. So much that I love this copy. But I had to buy 2 copies. This is a beautiful cover. Definitely love Gambit, Rogue, Polaris, X-Horn, Wolverine, and Havoc, and you have Iceman. But what trips me out about this cover, and the reason why I love it so much, is because this is 161. 161. And look at the beautiful 162. So basically you have Juggernaut with the heroes, if you allow my 60 fingers to interrupt your video. You have Juggernaut with the heroes, and then you have Juggernaut with the Marvel X-Men villains, which is very cool. Don't you think that's cool, Fake Darth Maul from China? Yeah, he thinks it's cool. So as well with as the 161 and 162, which are beautiful covers, you have the 163 with the Blind Gambit. I've already had this in my collection, but when I see complete runs, I'll just go ahead and pick up doubles of it. So you got 161, 162, and 163 with the Blind Gambit. Very cool. A beautiful copy of 164 with Wolverine fighting Sabretooth. And I love this copy so much that I actually bought another copy of 164. How can you blame me? All right, let's get into something else in X-Men because I'm all X-Men'd out right now. But that X-Men run is very beautiful. Let's take a look back at the X-Men run. So here's another look at the X-Men run. Downstairs watching WWE. Very cool. And that's not all of them. All right. Let's get into some more comics. All right, so that's enough of the X-Men. Let's move on to Ultimate Spider-Man. This is Ultimate Spider-Man number 9. The reason why I picked it up is because I definitely want to pick up 1 through 20 of Ultimate Spider-Man. Because when I did start collecting Ultimate Spider-Man, I started collecting him at a high number. I think what I started was with almost like number 20. But this number 9 is actually the first appearance of Wilson Fisk in the Ultimate Universe, and that is his hand, so that's a pretty cool cover. So you have cover number 9. And you have a beautiful cover of number 10 with Spider-Man on a light pole. Very cool. And lastly, you have cover number 11. Very cool Spider-Man covers. Definitely love Ultimate Spider-Man when it first came out. It was very, very cool. Very, very cool concept. Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate X-Men. The thing about Ultimate Spider-Man was it stayed more grounded than the actual like Ultimates and Ultimate X-Men. When you read Ultimate Spider-Man, it didn't vary that far from the regular Marvel 616 universe. But Ultimate X-Men, it took too many liberties. And that's what ended up happening with Ultimatum, which made it suck in most people's eyes. So there you have it. So we have a beautiful copy of New Avengers number 29. And this is very cool because this is the Mighty Avengers versus New Avengers. And just a good time to be comic book collecting. This is a very good storyline. This is right after, like, this was actually during Civil War. So very cool cover. Definitely love this and glad to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps of my New Avengers run. So we're going to switch it up and go to Cable. We have Cable, Grizzly, Domino, and Deadpool's girlfriend back there who was in the movie Copycat. Very cool. Copycat was actually impersonating Domino for a very long time. And this is very cool. This is called Deadly Reunions. Definitely love my Cable comics. I've always been a big fan of Cable. And recently I've been able to start pulling the trigger on some of his earlier run. So that's Cable number 4. And we also have Cable number 19. And that is Tyler, his son, on the front cover. Very cool. Tyler actually hired Deadpool to kill his dad way back when Cable kind of like first appeared in New Mutants. Well, when Deadpool first appeared in New Mutants number 98, he was hired by a guy named Mr. Tolliver. And we end up finding out that Mr. Tolliver was Cable's son, Tyler. And there he is in all his glory. And very cool, man. So I think it was Alpine Comics that actually commented on one of my videos and told me the significance of this Superman book. And so when I saw it again, I actually picked it up again. This is Superman, well, Action Comics. It says Superman in Action Comics, but it's actually Action Comics with Superman in it. It's number 687 from 1993. It says the last son of Krypton is back, and when I actually opened it up and started reading, It was actually Eradicator, the Superman with these Bret Hart glasses that the story featured. So very cool. Definitely love this green cover, and glad to have a second beautiful copy in my collection. All right, so let's keep it moving. So we have a Justice League of America. This is a Michael Turner cover, and that is Vixen and Arsenal in they're like buried alive. And the actual inside of the book is very beautiful. I definitely love the artwork inside the book. And this is from what, 2007, September 2007. But like I said, it's a Michael Turner cover, so definitely had to pick that up. But I didn't stop there with the Justice League of America. But I picked up this number 17 from 2008 with my boy Black Lightning on the front cover. Definitely had to get this. I thought it was very cool. You see he pulled his glove off and his hands is glowing. So very, very nice Justice League of America cover. And if you hear anybody screaming in the background, that's none other than the great Iron Sheik. So very cool, two covers. Glad to beef up my Justice League of America collection. And yeah. So might I remind you, all these books were 50 cents. So definitely when I go to Second and Charles, I don't even look in their regular bins anymore. I go straight to the 50-cent bin and try to get the maximum amount of comics for my buck. And saying that, this is Robin, Son of Batman, number 6. You have Robin and a cool, what is his name, Goliath cover. I forget what the girl's name is in the background, but the good thing about this book is it actually showed Goliath as a baby. So I was very intrigued by the story. It was very good. And what can I say? To pick it up for 50 cents? Why not? So there you have it. So we also have a cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 33. I'm actually looking for the Death of Donatello. I would definitely love to pick up that book. And I definitely love this new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles run from IDW. I think it's very cool. And yeah, man, who doesn't like the Ninja Turtles? This is what started it all. Made me start loving the X-Men. There you have it, number 33. So we have a beautiful Spawn number 16, Greg Capullo artwork. Very cool. Definitely love my Spawn. I'm definitely trying to get Spawn number 1 through 30 at least. And so since it's an early issue that I didn't have, I definitely was happy to pick it up. I giggled like a dolphin, and I went 8 nuts because it was only 50 cents. So that's Spawn number 16. And to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps of my Spawn run, I got number 20. This is Spawn, and I forget his name, but I know it's kind of like Houdini. That's the guy's name that's up there with Spawn. Once again, is this Greg Capullo's artwork? Yep, Greg Capullo's artwork. And definitely glad to put a dent in my old school crusty dusty 1 through 20 Spawn run. Very cool. Very beautiful covers. And to put my single issues of the Age of Apocalypse together, because I want to create like an Age of Apocalypse, just all the stories from there, like almost like everything that's in the complete collection or the complete omnibus of Age of Apocalypse. I want to get in single issues. So this is Age of Apocalypse, The Chosen. And basically what this is it's the files of Apocalypse, the files that Apocalypse has, in his citadel in Manhattan. He took over North America. He took over North America, and his home base was in New York. And the cool thing about this is one guy breaks in and he wants to see the files that Apocalypse has and wonder if he's chosen. But at the end of the book, Apocalypse shows up and says he's not chosen, that he's not worthy, and actually kills him. So very cool look at the front of the book. And because it's not bag and boarded, here's a cool look at the back of the book. Very cool look at the back of the book. Definitely love this. And just because I love Apocalypse so much, I'm going to show you one of my favorite Marvel Legends of all time. And the fact that it's X-23 is the after fact. What's the biggest thing for me is a big Apocalypse bust that's in there. It's almost like a statue. It's very huge, very heavy. I mean, this is like one of my favorite Marvel Legends. All of Marvel Legends are basically my favorite. I definitely love this toy line. Definitely have to have a mint on card. And like I said, if you just would feel the weight of this package, it's just ridiculous. So here's a cool look at the front of the figure. And here's a complete look at the wave and all that come with it and its variants. X-23 has I have the black variant, I think. Yeah, mine is the black. I'm sorry. And it's actually a purple variant to my black one. As you can see what I was saying, let's make the camera focus. Okay, when you look at Bishop, you see that Bishop has the mullet Bishop, and they also have the ball-headed one. You have the Astonishing Wolverine, X-Men Wolverine. That one is very difficult to find, and it costs a lot. So, but you have the masked and unmasked. You got the Maestro Hulk. You have Sasquatch, and I actually have the white Sasquatch, which is Snowbird. Very cool. Definitely love that figure. X-23 and none other than Iron Fist, and his variant is the Iron Fist with the red. So, being the fact that I pulled out the Age of Apocalypse book or showed you that from my run, I just wanted to show you my favorite Apocalypse toy out of the dungeon. And so, speaking of Apocalypse, you have the Extraordinary X-Men. This was a complete letdown. This X-Men Apocalypse Wars, complete letdown. Totally got away from the character. Artwork was okay, but it just wasn't the storyline that you're used to when Apocalypse arrives. When Apocalypse arrives, you're used to stuff just, being right on point. We foam at the mouth when Apocalypse arrives because we know it's going to be a good X-Men story. Wah, wah, wah. This one was actually butt crack. But there you go, Extraordinary X-Men with Apocalypse and his 4 horsemen on the front cover. So let's switch it up a little bit. I got Avengers West Coast, and this is number 83. And the reason why I bought this one is because I used to have it in my childhood, and it's not in my collection anymore. I threw it out in the purge when I was in college. I took all my bad comic books that had staples that I put in them to keep the covers on and all kind of stuff, all kind of ticks. I just threw them away. But this one is part of my childhood, and that's the reason why I rebought it. That is actually Johnny Storm on the front cover, and it says, "In the hands of the hyena," which was a very terrible villain. He actually looks like a pig. So, but definitely glad to have this childhood memory back in my collection. So if you want to get a main event early, this is a main event that I'm going to give you early. And the reason why I say it's a main event is because look at that cool drawn Crossbones. That is classic Rob Liefeld. But Rob Liefeld is actually an artist from my childhood. Yes, I said he sucked in past videos, but at the same time too, it's a direct shot in the arm to the 90s. Definitely love the way he drew Crossbones, like brooding over Captain America. And like I said, this is Captain America number 3 from January 1997. This is around the time of Heroes Reborn. So very cool cover, and I definitely love it. And yeah, there you have it. Very cool. So here's another cool Captain America cover. I know we skipped probably like a decade in between books, but this is a cool Winter Soldier cover with Captain America in the background. Written by Brubaker, very good writer, very cool book. Definitely love the Winter Soldier concept. And there you have it. Very cool. And so we're at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And this is what I'm reading right now. This is Forever Evil, cool David Finch cover with all the DC villains on the front. And definitely love this book, man. Definitely love this book because it actually introduces the crime syndicate. So here's a cool look at the front of the book. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. Very cool back cover. Definitely love it. Very cool. All right, so I showed this book in my one of my latest videos, Die Hardcover Part 2. So if you really want an in-depth look at this book, that is the video to go to. And you know what it is. Let's get into some of your main events. You ready? All right, let's go. For your first main event, this is Ghost Rider #3, and this is a Blackout cover and Death Watch. And I just thought it was a pretty cool book to have because I have Ghost Rider #1 and 2, and I'm actually not sure if this is the first appearance of Blackout or Death Watch. But what I will do is I'll do my research on this book because I kind of just got it home. I got it for 50 cents. And I think it's one of their first appearances. And if it is, I will actually post it down in the comments. But very cool first main event. I think I have 4 main events for you. So there you have it. Ghost Rider #3. Your next main event is Green Lantern #9 from 2006. And the reason why I love this cover so much is because it's from one of my favorite artists. It's either Simon or Simeon Bianchi. And very cool cover, man. Look how Batman and Green Lantern are going at it. And not only did I pick up #9, which is very cool, but I actually picked up Green Lantern #10, which is a very cool cover. #10 is the one that I saw first, and I already knew who it was that drew it. Because let me show you Simon Bianchi's signature. That's how he signs his comic books at the bottom. So anytime I see those kind of like that signature or that symbol or that box, I definitely know it's him and I get excited because he's one of my favorite artists. He's just so different and unorthodox in the way that he draws. So that would be your third main event. So let's get into your fourth main event. And your last main event will be Justice League Europe #1. This is the first issue. Very cool cover. You have Rocket Red, Captain Atom, Animal Man, Flash. I forget the other guy's name. But you have Power Girl, Elongated Man, and Wonder Woman. So very cool cover. Definitely love this because this is a cover swipe to Justice League #1. See what I mean? So very cool. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Remember, words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and the ones that don't show you love, we're just going to forget about them and keep on moving. I pray that you guys be successful in life, and I will catch you girls and guys later. Be safe out there. Peace.